Man can't shoot.
Bro, you've got 10 games to show me something, bro. And you see, if 10 games go past and I don't see the numbers where they need to be, considering the chances you get, the same way how Weghorst got peppered.
TezTalks. Check the scores before you come with your reckless talk. Go check. Sending call and banter my team, I will banter yours. For the win, taking no L's, we don't do draws. Don't press pause, keep your ears peeled when Tezzy talks.
Yes, people, welcome back, man.
Yeah, man.
I have been dying to get back behind this hot seat, with the bros, them. You know what time it is? The season soon starts. Yeah, you got Capo in the building, Keems in the building.
Good to be back, man.
Come on, Big Tezzy in the building. Aye.
All of the sun come out for us today,
Trust me. Are you not ready for this season that's about to happen, though? I'll tell you what, before we get into anything, I was going to tell you, you see, last season, I feel like I was very fair and humble. And I was just getting bare disrespect. You see, this season, I'm on smoke, blood. Smoke, man. Out here spending the big donkeys think they can chat shit to me. Trust me, I'm on smoke for everyone. Lads.
I forgot about that,
Lads, how did you get on in the summer, though, man? I feel like we ain't seen each other for a minute, which is weird.
Yeah.
You enjoy your summer, lad?
Yeah, man, just daddy life, like that. You get me?
No cut.
I know you not seen me enjoying myself. I was out on the town, man, in the Manchester.
Yeah, man, go on the TikTok, man. You'll see Tez.
Manchester.
Yeah. Up in Manchester, having a little fun, you get me? Doing two connections and that networking for the season ahead for the show. We got loads of things coming for you, trust me, it's going off. But now I'm not buzzing though, lads. The football's back, man. The energy. I'm feeling good about my team this season, the transfers and that's been a bit shit, but yeah, before we get into that though, start of the show, start of the season, come on, man, we got to big up the sponsors. They sponsored us, they renewed the contract. Breaking news.
Run the money.
Go. Big Fabrizio Romano, Sip Shack is back, people.
Rum Shack.
Rum
all
Shack.
Back again.
The great flavour, the rum punch. It's going off. Go and get your crates, man. www.sipshack.co.uk.
Look out for the events as well, man.
Yeah,
Rum
man.
Shack got some proper events coming soon, man.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but did you enjoy the FIFA tournament? Oh, wait.
The FIFA tournament went off still.
It looked like a good turnout still.
The FIFA, you know what it is about the FIFA tournament?
You'll see the
footage.
footage.
The FIFA tournament was better than I expected, cap, because the overall vibe was way better than I expected, because I was just expecting the FIFA tournament.
Give them a bit of context, Hez.
Trust
Give
me,
them a
bro.
bit of context.
So basically, we had a couple of teams, a couple of men challenging. Shout out Safwan. Shout out my boys Jordan and Ryan. Munjid. I don't even know what Munjid's brethren is. They were the winners. They were cold. Who else was the man them?
Big up Odeon as well.
Yeah, big up Odeon as well for showing us love, making us go down there and get it done.
Yeah, big up Odeon,
literally,
man.
2-on-2. You get me? Rounds and that. Obviously, we had individual games when people weren't playing and that. Had a couple of match side reviews. And me and Capo were just doing up commentary, Martin, Tyler and Gary Neville. You know who's who. Come on now.
So if you got anything you want us to host, hit us up, man.
Yeah, man. Hosting, big hosting. We don't just sit. We're not just pundits, We'll
go nice you on the price, you get me? And see what we can do, you get me?
$1,000.
TezTalks22 at gmail.com, man. If you need a little host there, we're there. We is there. You get me? Special shout out to Bosses and Generals as well.
Yeah, they got Bosses and Generals.
Also down there, showing the love and sponsoring the thing also.
Big up Sip Shack as well, man. They had the drinks on deck there as well.
We got
all the big up Morley's. Morley's provided the food and that.
Morley's with the food, come on.
Big up Morley's.
Trust me, it wasn't no little tea though. It was some big things the man that was putting on,
More to come, man. More
to come. I told you, bigger and better this season, But anyway, fuck all of that, because I got football to talk about. I've been missing football. I I don't even know where to start. Car, you see, at the start of the transfer window, yeah, my head was gone. My head was gone. I was expecting. You see, when the end of the season was coming, and I'm watching the football, and even in the final, when them pussios won the treble and that, yeah, I'm just like, you know what, sir?
Treble, you know, bro.
Well, no one's talking about it though.
Yeah,
Man talk about the treble. Man talk about the treble to banter me.
Why do you think, man, like
dead?
When people ask me who's the bigger rivals, like Arsenal or City or Liverpool or City, I never say City, bro. No one gives a shit, fam.
Bro.
You don't live in Manchester.
You know when Tez said that, I completely forgot about the treble, fam.
Even
No
in
one
Manchester,
cares.
they hate Liverpool more.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
can man
like,
get onto
bro.
me for not hating City as much as I should when they're asking Rashford who do you hate more, Liverpool or City? And he's saying Liverpool, bro.
Like, come
He's
on, man.
banked more than
Nobody
bread.
cares about City because there's no one to banter us about City.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
bro. Man
So
don't
it just
care
feels
about
like they're not
City.
even existed. They've just won a treble. I haven't been bantered about it once, you know. Like,
Banter lasted a couple. Man banter
you
me
see,
more
if this
about
was
7-0.
Arsenal, bro, I don't think I'd want to even be here today if it was Arsenal, fam.
Yeah, nah.
That's a whole different ballgame.
The show would have been called Keem's Talks.
No cap.
Big bad
Been a
thing.
whole different
Big
ballgame,
bad
bro.
thing.
Find some new hosts, man. Trust me.
Trust me, but yo, I don't know what was going on in it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Transfers. How do you feel as though your window's gone so far, Keems? Cause
Well, this is the transfers is one of my my 3 things I learned about pre-season. Obviously, we might as well just getting into that.
go on.
But it showed me that Arsenal actually are being serious about things this season. They're mean business. They're showing intent, and they're moving ruthless in the market. Like, obviously, the statement signing was Declan Rice, 105 million.
Chicken fried rice.
Add-ons.
So wait, what is that deal? Is it 105 up front, then plus add-ons, or is it
100 up front, plus 5.
Cranky.
Well, it was.
Cranky.
We have to pay the 100 over the next 3 seasons, and then
That's
plus 5 in
not bad.
add-ons.
About 40 here a
Yes.
month. Not too,
So it's
not
what,
too bad.
33 million
Yes, calm,
yeah. But I don't give a fuck about the money, bro. Like,
Same.
if a player,
It's been
if you
around
want a
me
player,
too long.
if you want a player,
You gotta pay the
you gotta
dough,
pay the
man.
money,
Yeah, just
bro.
get to pay the money.
I'm just sick of
Sometimes-
man not getting our top targets, bro.
You know, like you know when it's a player like Rice, because fair play to him, he's one of the best in the Premier League. So it's like, all right, safe.
Yeah.
Just pay the money.
when
man.
it's
Just pay the money.
when you know what you're getting, I'm all for paying
Yeah,
that money.
like just pay it.
Like, see with the whole Mudryk thing, you wasn't really sure what you was
that
gonna
was
get.
such a weird transfer, though.
Obviously, I was all for if Mikel Arteta wants my man,
You get
get
the
my
players.
man.
Yeah.
You get me? But at the same time, we didn't know what we was. Excuse me, we didn't know what we was getting. You get me? But Declan Rice, you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting.
Kai Havertz,
I think he's gonna do good for
65
us.
million.
Keep telling
I
you,
think
man.
he's gonna do good for us.
But what's good though?
Just imagine Kai
Better
Havertz's
than Chelsea.
creativity. Just
Yeah,
imagine.
but better than Chelsea doesn't necessarily mean worth 65 million.
But
it's
he
not hard for him
plays-
to be better than Chelsea.
But he plays like a Odegaard, but I just don't feel
Don't
like
get me
he's
wrong.
as good as Odegaard.
Don't get me wrong, even in the Community Shield, I'm sure we'll touch on that. Like, he had a decent performance. It's just the goals and the lack of goals. And
that's
the
what I'm
lack of
saying. He's not as
clinicalness.
going
You get
forward.
me?
Odegaard's way better than him.
But at the same time, we didn't necessarily buy him for that. We didn't buy him
creativity
to pay up front.
only, fam.
You get me? But
Yeah.
we'll see.
But I think you play him next to Ode. I think that's game, bro.
Who else? Yuri and Timber. My man's looking class. I know you, man, were linked with him last season.
I
And
don't
that.
understand why
Timber's
we didn't
looking
go
class.
back in.
But he's looking class, bro.
Obviously, when he played
pre-season-
when he played us, he got spun. But
Sin
in the
Timber.
community shield, he done his thing, bro.
Sin Timber have a howler, you
He's
know.
been class, fam.
Sin Timber have a, when he tried to kick the ball and missed. Bounced over his head.
We'll get onto your players.
I told you.
Nah, I had to get that one in there
We'll
still
get
because
to
I
your
remember I
pre-season.
was watching it and I was like, yo, who the hell is that? And I actually didn't know it was him until the replay come. You get
But
me?
yeah,
I was like,
I
nah.
think that's, to be fair, he's impressed me the most in pre-season.
Tim was cold,
All
fam.
right then, safe. So.
I don't know
And-
why we went back in for him either, blood.
When I say we're being ruthless, the whole Ramsdale Raya situation as well, like, obviously it's not over the line yet, but it looks like we're
Yeah.
about to sign David Raya.
Good number two.
If we're going off the end of last season,
Good number two or number one?
no. If we're going off the end of last season, no one was saying Arsenal need a new keeper.
Nah,
And
it
the
wasn't.
fact that we're showing intent to buy a new keeper to keep Ramsdale on his toes or even take over, that's just positive for me. You get me? Man are saying, oh, they're gonna get onto Ramsdale and that, but for me personally, I don't care about. No player is bigger than the team.
Yeah.
If we can make a signing that's gonna make the team better,
Make the signing.
make the signing, bro.
Make
You get
the
me?
signing,
That's not
bro.
me. I'll be honest. I rate Ramsdale. I rate Raya, but I haven't watched him like I've watched Ramsdale, so I'm yet to decide. You get me?
I have
It's not the
for
same.
a long time. Man was looking at who do we want to
Prem in,
succeed
prem in,
there.
prem out though. Like every weekend, you're watching Ramsdale.
Exactly, bro.
You don't
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
Raya
I'm
like
watching
that.
him every
So to
week.
know that Ramsdale can do a job in the Prem, that's all you need right now. Fam.
Basically. All right, then. So let me ask you 2 questions. The first one is: do you think that Arsenal have always wanted to be like this, and the Champions League P's have made the difference, or do you think it's a thing where, you know what, Arteta's shown us his hand now? Fuck it, we've got to back him.
I think it's a bit of both. I think, obviously, the Champions League always helps. You get me?
Yeah.
But I feel like the players that we've bought, I feel like we could have got them regardless. But I feel like it's the way the season went last season.
Yeah, you got
especially
the hype train behind you now.
we had the title push. Obviously, we fell short. It's making sure you do the extra bits that hopefully will get you over the line this season. You get me?
Yeah, it looks like it's a nice
Also,
place
I
to
feel
be.
like Arteta, he's been backed. No one can say Arteta hasn't been backed. He's been backed fully, but he's put pressure onto the board. He's said to the board, yo, I need money if you want me to succeed. In the past, we've had Wenger. Wenger's never been that type of manager. He's a guy that will make do with what he's got.
Yeah.
He's the guy that will rather unearth a hidden gem than splash out 50. You think Wenger's spending 105 million on Rice?
Nah, no way.
You're crazy.
All right, then.
Crazy?
Fucking. So you think if you never had the Champions League, you could have got Rice, Havertz, and Timber?
Not necessarily, but I feel like we would have still been trying to
Get them type of players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fit our mold. You get me?
Yeah.
But obviously, the Champions League just gives you a bigger pool,
100%.
pot of money to play with. innit?
Personally, and the one thing I've always clocked about Arsenal is because I watch a little bit of other sports in it, and I've realised that he works like all because he's got a team in NFL, he's got a team in NBA, he's got a team in Prem. He works around each one carefully. So if he's not spending in Arsenal, he's spending in the NFL. If he's not spending in that, he's spending in that. And 2 years ago, he won the NFL.
Yeah.
Last season, he nearly won the Prem. And last season, his team won the fucking NBA, fam.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like,
the season before that,
he can
won
spend
the hockey,
100 mil.
He won the hockey.
See, I
as
didn't
well.
even know he had a
So
hockey team.
every year, one of his teams has won something.
Literally every year so far.
So
So now he's just like, you know what? I can afford to put the money into Arsenal now. Because I remember watching an interview of him, and he's like, he doesn't mind putting the money where it needs to go, but he's managing a couple different teams. You know what I'm trying to say? So he's just smart about it. So that in mind, I think he's been doing a sick job, fam. And now he's just put that money into Arsenal. I think this year is like, yo, taking it serious, going off what last season looked like. You get me?
All right, then, safe. So from 1 to 10, Rice, where you rating it as a signing? Forget his season, whatever. Just as a signing, how you rating it?
It's a 10 out of 10 signing.
Havertz.
If it's successful,
No, bro, just Havertz. Forget if, just right now, as a signing.
Yeah, Havertz like a 5'6", but it could like be
I'm-
it could be like a Mane and just
you
turn
know
out
what?
to
I'm
be
going
like
to
a
give
10,
it
blood.
a 5. 'Cause it's down the middle. I don't know what to
Yeah.
expect.
Timber.
That's first.
But let me just say, if Havertz pulls it off, then it's a masterstroke.
Fair
Because
play to
no
him.
one would expect us to go for Havertz, bro. I wouldn't. But yeah.
If someone asked me who do I think Arsenal's going to sign, I would never have said Havertz though.
No,
I wouldn't
no.
even think you would have thought you needed a player in that position, to be fair.
I don't know, but Arteta must have something up his sleeve or idea.
Arteta's
Timber?
turning out to be slightly a mastermind though.
You know what you're saying about Timber? Just off the bat of it being signed.
I'd say 8 because I feel like Timber, he's a player that, if you look at last season, we lack depth in certain areas, and Timber's a player that can cover a few of them areas. And even start in most of them areas, you get me? Can play right back, play centre back, play left back, play CDM, you get me? So that's a good player.
He's good on the ball as well.
I hear that. I fuck with Arteta's signing still. Since the Ramsdale signing, I've applauded every single one of his signings, me personally.
However, we need more.
Fucking now, blood. What?
We've just named.
We need a striker, bro.
We've just named
a striker.
3 class
We need a
players, you know, fam.
striker.
They're in, but it's not
We
enough.
need a striker.
You have
Jesus is injured.
Fuck that.
Jesus is injured, bro.
Your defense is in trouble.
Nah, he can't do that. He's not good
You
enough.
man have
scored-
wingers. You man,
It don't matter, bro. We need a striker, bro.
let me land. You man have wingers and a cam that output is 15 plus.
So what?
You're nice, bro.
What if we had a striker too?
You have a
What
striker.
then?
You have a striker.
We need a striker. We need 2 strikers, bro.
You have 2 strikers.
What if Nketiah just bangs like 15 this season? What are you saying about that?
Bro,
What happened?
you man
He
have
hasn't done
two.
it.
What if he
You
does?
man
He hasn't
have
done it.
2
What if he does?
strikers.
He hasn't done it.
No, but I'm saying if this season it does, then what? Would you just keep
He's
him?
never
Just be like,
doing that, bro.
you can just turn him into a straight
No, I'd
striker.
sell him.
No.
How come men are so harsh on Nketiah? Fam, if Nketiah turns around this season and bangs 15, 20 goals,
not
bro,
happening.
you are keeping him, fam.
Why?
Why
If
not?
he does that, that means Jesus has been injured.
Yeah,
Basically.
but that's most likely what's going to happen anyway. Bro,
Then we
man's
need a striker.
man's a sick
Because
no.
if I don't want Nketiah as my main striker.
Your main striker is obviously-
Don't get me wrong, I still do think Nketiah is Premier League level striker.
Yeah,
But he's just not Arsenal level for me. From where Arsenal want to go and the trajectory that we're on,
He's
we
not
need
ready for that yet.
a higher level of player.
I know what you mean. If you're pushing for the title, you need that.
I'll be
You
real-
need the
I'll
upper
be honest,
echelon. You
like-
need the upper echelon of strikers, man.
Even though he's banned, I still put P's down for Tony right now.
Facts.
Knowing he's
Nah,
coming
facts,
in
bro.
Jan.
Facts,
Car
bro.
next month,
He's a
he's back
killer.
in training.
He's a killer.
Have him loading ready in January,
When's
bro.
he back? January.
January, bro.
He's a killer, fam. Scary sights.
I'll be buying
Imagine
him
he
right
comes
now.
back on smoke and just carries on
Bro,
fam.
man, no, he's gonna. Bro, do you hear how confident I am in Tony, bro? Tony would come back in January and still outscore Nketiah.
Facts. Marshall. Anyone
Nah,
else remember
don't
the name?
mention Martial, bro.
He'll
Because
outscore
he ain't
Martial.
gonna play, fam.
Yeah, Marshall.
Of course he would, fam. Martial don't play, fam.
He could
Martial's
outscore-
about to-
he could
Martial's about to get like
outscore
5
Højlund.
games.
He could outscore Beer man
Who?
coming back in January. Tony.
Haaland, did you just say?
No, I said Højlund.
That was, I don't know about that, man. But
Bro,
I think he's going to be a straight fox in the box, man. So I think.
I haven't watched him. That's
That
why I haven't
Haaland,
made any comments.
He's
about
a
him.
fox, though.
I haven't watched him once.
about
His
him.
highlights.
But yeah.
My final thing is, what have you learnt in pre-season? What's your final thing? What have you learnt in pre-season with your team? So the transfers is one, showing that you mean business.
With the second thing I've learned is we've improved our defensive depth. Obviously, last season, the defensive depth or lack of depth was one of the reasons we folded. Obviously, Saliba come out. Saliba and Tomiyasu got injured same game. And after that, we just
You lot got Tomiyasu.
bare bones, fam.
You lot got a decent squad
Having
now.
to pay Rob Holding, having to throw in Kivior when he weren't ready. Don't get me wrong, Kivior looks decent now, but when you're competing for a title,
Not the upper
the
echelon,
drop off cannot be that big from your starters and your backups,
Sucker,
bro.
yeah, facts.
You man know that as well.
I don't
like-
argue with that.
We've been screaming for backups for a couple of years
So
now.
yeah, that's the second thing. Timber comes in, he shorts things up. Hopefully we have less injuries this season and we can push. And the last thing
Gelling.
I learned in pre-season is we need a striker. We need a striker and a backup for Saka
The last thing, we need to fucking buy more players.
because Saka he plays too much games, bro.
Saka gets run ragged by
And-
Arsenal, man.
When we do take him off, we're
How
putting Fabio Vieira on the right.
How much
and
is
it's
he
just
on?
not the same effectiveness. He's not a right winger.
How much is he on a week?
Saka. I think he's on 250.
It's all right then. Though.
Why is
At
it
least you're getting paid,
no,
my boy.
but
You get
his
me?
bonus is up to 300k a week.
Your man's
swear.
on 300k a week, bro.
I love
with
that. Though.
bonuses.
I love that for you, man, Saka,
Same
man.
with
Trust me, I love that
Nah,
for you, man.
Rashford 350, bro.
Nah, it's not a
350,
350. It's
bro.
not. Sancho's
Bro.
are more than him, blood.
Rashford's
It's not.
350
It's
now.
Not. It's
He is.
I don't even know what his new deal
It's
was.
350, bro.
It's not,
Rashford
blood.
is not getting paid less than Sancho. You
I
think
promise
Rashford's
you-
signing that?
I promise
Yo,
you he is.
he's
I
not,
promise
bro.
you he is. I promise you he is. And we can only go off the information that's out there.
But
I'll be honest,
I've seen
man, for
it
300k a
myself.
week, fam, better get run ragged still, can't lie.
But,
Can't sit on that bench, my boy.
Yeah.
yeah.
What you man saying about your
That's what
preseason?
I'm saying. It leads us nicely to talk about Manchester United. Transfer wise, obviously Capo has a different opinion to me, but man keep asking me, even with the three that we've
With who,
made.
fam? Go on now, say what you got to say. I want to see
Okay,
what's
even
different.
with the three that we've made, so Anana, Hoyland, and Mason Mount, all good players in their own right, bar one. But I'm still saying this window so far, huh?
Who's the bar one?
Man know who, bro.
Who's not good
Don't,
player?
fam. Who's not good,
Mason
fam?
Mount, bro, he's shit, bro. I've been saying Mason Mount shit
Money
from
Mace.
from we've been in that fucking studio in the fucking room where man was sitting like face to face, bro. Man,
Your
you mean
big
the old
60
studio?
million pound striker is
55.
60 million pound
55.
midfielder is 60 million, bro.
55.
60
Why do
million?
man like adding the add-ons, bro?
Bro, man said 105 for Rice, bro, all the time. It was
I don't say
100
that
million,
shit.
bro.
I said 100 mil player, bro. I don't do the add-ons thing, car.
Bro, you do
If
the
the,
add-ons.
if the
man.
add-ons was a thing, then that means Marshall was 90 million in it, and he just wasn't, and Bruno
But
was 80 million.
That was the agreement, though. The
Yeah.
agreement was, if your man don't live up to it, man don't live up to it. But
so
the
we don't have
agreement
to
was,
pay it. So we don't have to pay
no,
it.
but the add-ons are what get the deal over the line.
Yeah, and
Exactly,
then if they
so-
don't, but they know, the clubs know that there's a possibility that these add-ons are not achievable. Obviously,
But that's
don't
the-
get me wrong. We're going to pay 60 mil for Mason Mount, but right now it's 55. But back onto Mason shite. Yeah, the only reason why I'm kind of just
Can't wait for
reserved with
Mason
it
to
is,
prove
but
him
yeah,
wrong.
I hear it, and I'll sit here and be like, I'll hold my hands up, but it's not happening. Not anytime soon, and especially what I've seen in pre-season, blood. He's gonna play games, I know that, and obviously I back the manager, so I'm like, okay, we'll see. What I will give
He's a
Mason Mount
madman.
is when it comes to like playing against Arsenal and the big boys, Casemiro and Mount, it will be better than Casemiro and Eriksen because Eriksen, bro,
Ericsson's dropped off, man.
he's a like respectfully when it comes to tackling and that, just like Jadon Sancho, them man are
Biatch.
pussies, bro.
Yeah, biatch.
They're all pussies, man. Jump out of tackles and all these things, bro. So when it comes to things like that, Mount is on it and he will work for you, but I don't give a
I feel
fuck
like
about all
Ericsson joined to prove a point, and now he's settled. He's like, it's come off the gas a
that.
bit.
Now I'm happy for him to be the bench player, but back
I
to the
don't mind,
signings,
but, yeah.
I'm saying our transfer window so far is a 4.5 at a push.
How
Why?
much you spent?
I think
Add it
150.
all up, 45, add
Oh,
60,
that's harsh.
add
That is.
80.
It's not harsh, bro. Shall I tell you what? It's not harsh.
Bro.
Even though, let me explain. Not
460.
one of them, not one of the
160.
players we signed was first choice target.
Like 160,
Like,
160.
not
So who's
one
your
of the-
first choice
tell a lie,
goalkeeper?
Tell a lie.
Who's your first choice?
Mason Mount was. Who
I
was
feel-
our
I feel
first
like
choice
on- I feel like
goalkeeper?
on
The
choice.
the original plan was to keep the hair. We only went for Nana because Kane. Man are talking about 150s for Kane, bro, and we could
Yeah,
not
then
spend
we're just gonna spend the
150
money somewhere
on one
else,
player,
innit,
so
and
we
we
just
bought
like,
a
okay,
keeper.
let me invest elsewhere. If you want to be technical,
And now we might be going
Onana-
for 85 or something, bro. I
There you
couldn't
go. Kane ain't going
believe it.
nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
Believe it. Kane's
If you
leader.
want to be technical, you can say Anana was the first choice goalkeeper, but it was
Yeah.
never part of the plan, bro.
He was part of the plan, fam.
It was never
Probably
part of
not
the plan.
plan A, but
It
he's
was
part
never
of the plan.
It was never part of the plan, bro.
Nah, because if plan A was to not buy a player,
Plan
then plan
A
B
was
was,
Kane.
then he's first choice.
Plan A was Kane, Frankie De Jong, and King Min Jae, bro, and then whoever else after that.
So,
Not one of
so
them players-
Hoyland wasn't part of the plan.
No, because we was going to get
Going to
Kane, bro.
Kane.
What are you talking about? Then man was looking at is it Mawani? And man are talking about 85 M's for Mawani. So we said, all right, then safe. He'll invest it in the younger striker. My man's plan was to buy 2 strikers, bro. We're only gonna end up with 1. None of them was first choice. Even Amrabat when he comes in, and if we do get that deal over the line, I'm going to be over the moon. And I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not happy with Anana and friggin' Hoyland, you know, but there was never plan A.
I'll be honest.
You can look at me and be
I'll
like,
be honest.
Rice was plan A, Havertz was plan B, cause Casado was plan A, and you're going for a goalkeeper to challenge for your guy, and even Timber was plan A. You know these man weren't plan A's, bro.
I don't know about Timber and Raya, because they just come out the blue. I'll be honest.
Yeah, fact.
I didn't hear nothing about Timber until we signed him, bro. Let's be honest.
Don't you watch Arsenal fan TV every day?
I do, but
I didn't hear nothing about
the
it until
deal
it got
was
signed
basically
either.
done when we heard about it.
To be fair, that was
Remember, Rice went on for a bit.
Yeah,
and you
Rice
heard
went
it.
on for time.
Rice was going on from last
Timber,
season.
it was like, yo,
Man
Arsenal
City
signing
was putting
Timber.
in bids
Boom,
and that.
done.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Rice was going
I'll be
on
honest,
from like
see with
December.
you, man, I feel like part of me just feels like there wasn't a plan because you didn't know what funds were going to be available. The whole takeover thing, I feel has
fully
messed up
fucked man up,
everything.
so.
Exactly. Like
So-
I believe if whether it was Sir Jim or whether it's the Qataris, I think that the transfers would have been a lot different. And we probably like man was hearing for a long time that Ten Hag wants Rice, Kane, Frankie De Jong, and fucking King Min Jae. If we had new owners, I reckon we would have copped up all of them players. There's no reason why we couldn't. But
Saudis would have just paid anything as well, bro.
yeah, don't you think that man give a fuck? Look at that man. They're paying like 60 million for Calvin Phillips and they don't use him, blood. So you know what the Arabs are on.
TezTalks. Check the scores before you come with your reckless talk. Go check. Sending corn, banter my team and we banter yours. For the win, taking no L's, we don't do draws. Don't press pause, keep your ears peeled when Tezzy talks.